I think it's crazy for the average person to, everything we hear about on the news of DNA should be your get out of jail free card. And the reality is that it's not. It might get you a hearing in court, but ultimately the court's going to decide how much weight that DNA evidence has. Now, to me in this case, the DNA has a tremendous amount of weight, as in this individual didn't commit the crime, but the judge decided otherwise.
Talk to me about the DNA in this case. Where is it? What is it? How influential should that be?
So the DNA was found on a ski mask. That ski mask was found in the back seat of the victim's car. Now, we already talked about people drop the ball along the way. The ski mask wasn't initially removed from the car when it was processed at the crime scene. Instead, the car got returned to the family. The family called up the GBI and said, hey, there's a ski mask in the back. It doesn't belong to Donna Brown. You need to come get it. So they came, they took the ski mask into evidence. It got tested for blood, but it didn't get tested for DNA or saliva, which would have been on the inside of the mask.
Why is that?
Well, in 1998, we really didn't have the technology to test saliva for DNA. Blood is really the best evidence, the best place to find DNA, because you're just going to get a lot more DNA cells and be able to test those, versus at the time, you need a more sensitive DNA test to pick up DNA that's going to be in the saliva.
So did the GBI drop the ball here?
The GBI dropped the ball. They should have first initially collected that ski mask. Can we fault them for not testing the saliva? No, probably not, given the restrictions on the technology at the time. But if you think about everything else in this case, the fingerprints didn't match, the footprints didn't match. The brand of cigarettes that were found at the scene were not a brand that this guy ever smoked. So there are, along the way, all of these things that should be red flags, but they go completely ignored. And then the bombshell comes in 2011 with the ski mask, and it's somebody else.